The day my husband, Daniel, was laid to rest, the sky was heavy, gray, like it knew secrets I didn't. I stood beside his coffin, holding on to the edge because my legs felt weak. 32 years of marriage, it doesn't prepare you for the moment when someone tells you this is the last time you'll see him. But the most shocking moment of that day didn't come from grief or from the priest's words or even from memories flashing in my mind. It came from a woman I had never seen before. She walked straight toward me, bold, confident, dressed head to toe in red. Everyone else wore black, but she stood out like fire in the middle of ashes. She leaned in close to my ear and whispered, "He promised me the house, the entire house." And that was the moment my world split open. I didn't respond, not because I didn't want to, but because I couldn't. My throat felt tight, my heart pounding like it wanted to claw its way out. I watched her walk past me and sit in the front row, right behind my late husband's sister. No shame, no hesitation. People turned, they whispered. Everyone looked confused. But I kept silent because the night before Daniel died, a letter arrived at our door. His handwriting, shaky, broken, as if he knew time was running out. It said only one sentence. "Emma, if anything ever happens to me, read the folder in my office. You'll know what to do." I didn't understand it then, but at the funeral, I understood everything. The priest began to speak, and I tried to listen, but my eyes kept going back to her, this woman in red, sitting there like she belonged in my husband's story. When the service ended, people lined up to give their condolences. I nodded politely, forcing smiles where I could. Then I felt someone standing behind me. I turned. It was her. She didn't even offer sympathy. She simply said in a calm, practiced voice, "We need to talk alone." I looked at her closely. She was in her early 40s, expensive jewelry, perfect makeup, and a confidence that came from believing she had the upper hand. "What do you want?" I asked. She folded her arms, smirked, and replied, "Just honoring the agreement your husband and I had. He promised me the house once he filed for divorce." I felt my stomach twist. "Divorce?" I whispered. "Oh, yes," she said casually. "He told me your marriage was over. He said he was going to leave you the car. But the house, that was for me. He wanted a fresh start." Her lives were sharp, well-rehearsed, and dripping with confidence. But I still didn't confront her. Because of the letter, because of the folder, because Daniel was not a perfect man, but he was not a fool either. She kept talking, so sure of herself, as if she knew everything. Finally, I said softly, "Come with me." She blinked, Now? Yes. If you're claiming the house, you should at least see what's inside. I could see the spark in her eyes. She thought she had won. We drove in silence. Her perfume filled my car. Strong, floral, expensive. The kind of scent someone wears when they want to be noticed. At the house, she stepped out like she already owned the place. Cute, she said. Smaller than I expected, but Daniel said we can renovate. I clenched my jaw. But still, I let her walk in. She moved through the living room, touching the furniture like she was inspecting it. This will go, and that. The whole style is so outdated. My hands shook, but I took a deep breath and led her down the hall into Daniel's office. You're very calm, she mockingly said. Most wives cry when they find out their husband wanted a new life. I stared at her. Then I opened the desk drawer. Inside was the folder Daniel had mentioned, the label read, "For Emma only." I placed it gently on the desk and looked at her. You said he promised you the house. Let's see what he really left behind. She sat down confidently, crossed her legs, and smiled. I opened the folder. The first page was a letter, Daniel's handwriting. Emma, if you are reading this, it means I didn't make it. There is something you must know. I read out loud slowly, my voice steady. A woman named Veronica has been trying to manipulate me. She pretends to be in love with married men to gain access to their homes and finances. She froze. I continued. She targeted me, but I caught her lies early. I hired a private investigator. Everything is in this folder. Protect yourself and protect our home. I turned the page. There were photographs, emails, bank statements, screenshots of her messages to other married men. Her face turned white. That's fake, she stuttered. At least the next document in front of her, a police report. Her name, her signature, her charges, fraud, manipulation, identity scams. She stood up suddenly. You don't understand. But I did understand. Daniel had saved me. Even in death, he protected me. You need to leave, I said quietly, and don't come back. She grabbed her purse and ran, heels clicking, breath shaking, face tail. The front door slammed so hard the windows rattled. I stood alone in the office, the folder still open, Daniel's handwriting staring back at me. All these years, I thought our marriage was ordinary, flawed, imperfect, but nothing remarkable. I didn't know that he had been fighting a battle quietly to protect me and the life we built.
The next morning, a detective called. They had been looking for Veronica for months. Daniel's evidence helped their case. 2 days later, a letter arrived from Daniel's lawyer. He updated his will just weeks before he died. That house was mine. Fully paid. No loans, no shared ownership, no conditions. He left a final note. Emma, I couldn't always show my love the right way, but I hope this home gives you the peace I couldn't give you in life.